Greetings YouTube and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Today we're going to be looking at some new roller coasters that have been included in the summer update, as well as a brand new feature which you're watching right now. So before we get to the new coasters, I just wanted to show you this, which is the new Billboard feature. And if we zoom out, you can see what I'm talking about. You can now include billboards and TVs in your park and use either the pre-included game footage and trailers that have been put in the game for you to use, or you can include your own movie footage of whatever that may be. And there's no sound to these at the moment, although Frontier have said there will be in a future patch. But this is a nifty little feature, and there's all sorts of different sizes that you can use, size screens, along with different stands, mounts and the like. There's even wall panels, which means that you can build a building and then stick these around the wall panels and change the textures of those buildings, because not only can you have videos, but you can also have images attached to these. So maybe I'm going to just give you a brief example of that. If we choose one of the TVs, for example, and I don't know why, but they naturally appear completely flat on the floor, so you do have to kind of just turn them around to get them usable. It'd be nice if they actually snapped onto surfaces and that, like other scenery items do. So we'll just stick that one in the air for the time being. But as you can see, you can go from the small TV sizes up to the large cinema screen sizes. And you can have images. For example, Tues Square. Oh yeah, it defaults them upside down as well, is something I've noticed, which is a little bit annoying again. And I'm going to start a new park to show you the new roller coasters, because this is a park I've been building in my own spare time, and boy is it laggy. I've just had to reduce the amount of guests down to about 4,000, because there was about 6,000 guests in here before, and it could barely move when I tried to turn the camera, which was a bit annoying. But there you go. So there we go, look, you can choose images, or you can go ahead and select your media, such as the one that I'm currently using, or you can use the included media instead. So you can put these in ride queues, or wherever the case may be. So a nice little nifty feature there, which I wanted to just point out to you before we go on and look at the coasters themselves. I've done some very rough versions of the new roller coasters that are available, and the first one is a Boomerang Coaster, your standard kind of Boomerang coaster. It's based on the arrow design, but it has a new mechanism involved in order to turn it into this boomerang style, and it gets dragged up the hill in reverse that's behind the station, and it has these nice supports as well with it. So that stop there is normal as far as I can gather. I'll just speed things up a touch. Make sure that your track layout is sufficient for the actual boomerang itself, because obviously the coaster has to do everything in reverse, meaning that you might not have enough speed or momentum if you don't factor that in. And I've just done a very basic design here with a single loop and then the slow down part of the track. We can go ahead and ride if we want to, as we return to the station backwards. That hill, loop's a little bit slow, but it does get around, which is the main thing. And then you just head back up briefly as you slow down for the stop. So that's the first coaster that Frontier have given us in this update, a nice boomerang. And talking of boomerangs, here's the next boomerang. This one's interesting. It's a launch coaster that basically, if I start it from scratch here, launches you each time you pass the station. So you start off with a slow launch. Obviously you don't get very high, and then you're launched further as you return. And it keeps going like that until you reach maximum height. And you can set in the sequencer how many times you want it to pass through the station. Each time you'll gather more speed. So as you can see, this is a pretty fun ride. Again, like the flat rides in the previous video, these are all based on real life counterparts. So if you like the look of these roller coasters, you can find out where they're situated in real life and actually ride them in person. That's that one. And then finally we have the X coaster, which I've done a very, very basic layout here, which would not be realistic, but it just gives us an idea of the kind of layouts we can do with this one. And I have actually been on an X coaster myself, although not quite as exciting as this one. But I think it's more of a stone or stone or something, the manufacturers of these in real life. And they're popular because you can get such twisted tracks with them. So a lot of theme parks are incorporating them as part of their lineups. I've not actually tested this one myself, so hopefully it'll make it round the track. As you can see, it's interesting, isn't it? And then you can do your standard roller coaster layouts. This was just an auto-complete, so that I can show you guys how it works. But you'll basically race back up and then be brought back into the station if you use this mechanism here. And then there's a couple of other roller coasters that are just using standard track design. The one that I do like is the D-Gen, and I like it because it's only a normal roller coaster. I won't show you a track. I like the actual colour scheme of the train. It's a metallic colour scheme, the only one in the game as far as I'm aware. As you can see, it's got this nice gold colour, and of course you can even go ahead and change the car colour to any other metallic colour that you might prefer. So that's the new roller coasters anyway, guys. I think there's one more as well, but I'll show you that in a future episode because I can't remember exactly which one it is. We've shown you the Bolt, the Viper one, the D-Gem, and it is, I'm going to find it here since this is the roller coaster video. Really, it makes sense not to include it, or it wouldn't make sense to not include it, I should say. Okay, there we go. It's a wooden roller coaster, a standard wooden roller coaster, but with a more modern car. So basically, as far as I'm aware, if a theme park was going to build a wooden roller coaster today, this is what they'd build. It's not the style from the 70s, although it is certainly built to look like those, but with more modern technology. And the good thing as well, actually, about wooden roller coasters, while we're on the subject, best pause this, hadn't I, lest we have a bit of a nasty accident with our crash test dummies there, is that for the first time you can actually change the colour of the tracks. So this has not been possible up until this point, but now it is. So another exciting feature for you there. But I'm going to finish things off here for today, folks. That's the new roller coasters that are now available for us to play with since the summer update has been released. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll come back soon to show you more of the latest patch that's been released for Planet Coaster. Cheers, guys. Take care.